There are spiritual, scientific, materialistic reasons why it is absolutely imperative that people should devote all their mental and emotional energies and sensitivities to bringing their actions and reactions into perfect alignment and harmony with unconditional love, divine consciousness. Imagine yourself happy 24/7, like the best that you felt, feeling uplifted, feeling amazing. Imagine this 24/7. Can you even imagine this? I hope you can. Now imagine that you get to that place where you are feeling this 24/7, and it's because you have found the secrets. You have found the laws to the universe, and you understand how it works, and you have taken the time to cleanse your mind, to reprogram your mind from all that cluttered up programming that infiltrated your mind since birth. And through that reprogramming of your mind, meaning you're not looking back to the past to expect the same negative things to happen in the future that have happened in the past, you've cleansed away all the anger and resentments, and you've deeply known and understood that truly and indeed the universe is actually working for you at all times, every time, every second of the day. And when you can understand this deeply, at a truly deep level, you will then see that there is nothing at all that would cause you to not be in this state at all times. What happens? We continue to plant seeds from the past because we are unknowingly doing this, or maybe we're knowingly doing it and we feel like we can't help ourselves. We're like, I keep feeling this way. I wish that I wasn't reacting in this way, but you don't know how to change it. This is because your mind has been programmed in a certain specific way, so you can change this. I'm going to be teaching a course coming up here pretty soon, a workshop about this, so that you can actually go in and change these things. And as you do them daily, because it's little bits at a time, right? You didn't get to be the way that you're at right now overnight in one day from the day that you were born. It didn't happen that way. No, it is systematically deprogramming the mind, which takes some time. And as it takes some time to deprogram the mind, totally cool, because it allows you to adjust to that new way of being, right? Let's say that you are really negative and you just think all these negative things all the time. And then these negative things happen to pop up. And you think, anytime that I've done this in the past and these negative things have popped up in my life, I haven't paid attention to them, and I haven't realized that it's because I was sowing seeds in the past of fear or of negative expectation or of something along those lines. But there will be a belief that is present that is the cause of your misery and misfortune. And the thing that is the cause of that is you. I know, right? But it is through the mental patterning, it is through the energies of thought, which lead to words and lead to actions, but it is through the energies of thought. Let me go into this deeper here. Our thoughts are energy, just like all the energy that you see around you. So look at the wall in your house, look at the steering wheel in your car, wherever you happen to be, whatever it is. That is just made of energy. Now that energy is made of the same thing, the exact same thing as your thoughts. Made of the same thing. So why does this matter? Because it is your thoughts that then produce these experiences and produce these things. You reap as you sow. So when you are planting certain seeds, you are going to reap those seeds over and over. So this is why, somebody might say, this person is so lucky. Well, why? Because it happened. They got lucky, and then they started to believe themselves, or maybe they believed themselves to begin with. Maybe it didn't have anything to do with karma. Lucky, right? And so then they know what it feels like to win. They know what it feels like, and they expect it, right? I've won before, I expect, of course, it's going to happen again. And so then what happens? They know it, they believe in it, and they expect it. Therefore, they're feeling the emotions around it, they are having the proper beliefs around it, and therefore it manifests in their life, and people will look at them and they'll say, oh, this person is so lucky. They're not. I mean, they are. It works both ways. They are, but they have intentionally done this. Maybe they don't know that they're doing it. Maybe they do know that they're doing it. So what happens if you believe yourself not to be lucky? Well, guess what? You're not going to be lucky. And you probably get a feeling around it, right? When they, pull out a name or they announce some winners, you're like, well, it's not going to be me. And you got this feeling inside of you. And it is because you have a belief that is inside of you. If you only could change the beliefs that you have, then the outcomes that you have in your life would completely change. They would go from chaotic to peace. They would go from stress to calm. They would go from I'm not lucky to I'm really lucky. They would go from things don't work out for me to things always work out for me. So one of my daughters, I've told her this her whole life, and she really believes it because she's seen it play out in her life. And so sometimes she needs to be reminded of this. If something's happening, I'm like, yeah, dude, things always work out for you. Like they always work out for you. And then it's like, yeah, I know. And she might take her 1 or 2 minutes of, what if this? And then reminds herself, yeah, things really literally always work out for her. And then in that second, not only has she planted more seeds of course, this is going to work out for me, so of course it's going to be the result, but she has saved herself from who knows how much hell, right? Because when you're thinking or worrying or stressing or fearing that something's not going to work out for you, you have voluntarily, even though it may not seem that way, put yourself in hell. And why would you do that? You wouldn't. Now that you're aware of it, you're never going to do that again, right? You can pull yourself out because you know that when you're in it, you are planting more seeds in it, in the right now, because you can only manifest in the right now. You can't manifest in the 2 weeks from now. You can only manifest in this moment right now. We talk about this all the time. So how are you feeling right now? But this doesn't just apply to right now. This applies to every second of your day, because every second of your day is the right now. So let's say that you get an email or a phone call or a letter in the mail. That would be weird. Something along those lines. You get something and it upsets you. Maybe it brings back an old pattern, an old feeling of, whatever it happens to be. In that moment, I want you to search your mind and I want you to find the last time that you felt that same way. And then I want you to find the belief that is around it. Maybe there's several. Maybe there's 5 or 6 or 7. Maybe there's 1 or 2 or 3. I don't know. How many are there? 15? 22? Find the beliefs that are there. And then when you become aware of those beliefs, you can go, oh, you know what? This is actually pretty interesting because I realize I've done this to myself. And then in knowing that you've done it to yourself, you're like, well, I don't want to do that again. So then what are you going to do? You're going to change those beliefs. But what if you don't know how to change those beliefs? What if you're like, yeah, but it happens every single time? Well, all you're doing is believing in your belief so much more. You're reinforcing your belief, not the truth, even though it has played out and it has become true. It's not the universal truth. It's only the truth in your life because you believe in it. And so when you change that belief, then the outcomes change. So this is what I would do if I was you. I would take that belief and I would feel it in my body and I would think, ooh, probably doesn't feel too great. And I would meditate on it. Then, because I've been a hypnotherapist for 10 years, I would follow that feeling back to the original source of it. Where did it come from? How old was I? What was the youngest age when this belief came up? Why was it there? Who was involved? What did they tell me? What did I think? And as you see that situation and then you take your present self into that situation to, be the witness for the little you, the younger you, the one who had the original trauma, the wounding, the belief shift or change, you could then coach them through it and you could be like, hey dude, or hey little lady, or hey little fella, I love you. You're safe. It's going to be okay. You don't need to believe this because I'm going to show you what happens if you believe in it. I'm going to show you the patterns, the repeated patterns that happen through your life when you believe in this. And then you could show them. And then you could say, hey, dude, little man, little lady, whoever. What if you believed in the truth? What if you just believed in divine love? And that you believed that this was happening for you to make you strong, to make you understand that you do create your own universe, that you create your own world? What if this was given to you to awaken something within you? What if this was given to you for a different purpose? I don't know, I'm not in your memory. I can't tell you exactly what it would be. But when you talk to that little you can coach them through it. And you can be like, hey, this is the way. And then you can show them the outcome. Okay, well, let's just say for a minute that we didn't believe in that. What would that outcome look like? And then you could show them, and you could go with them, and you could experience it, and you could see what that's like. And when you understand, because you'll gain relief, you'll gain a feeling of freedom. You'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. It feels like freedom every single time. You'll gain happiness, you'll gain these joyful energies. And when you put yourself in that and you experience that, and then you ask yourself this question, does this feel more like me? And the answer will be yes. Then that's it. Then you can blink your beautiful eyes back open, and you can bring yourself back into the room, and you will come back changed. Understanding that that was just a belief. It was just a belief. It was a thought that you continued to think. It was not helpful to you. And then you've done it. You've done the one thing. And so then what can you do? Well, then you can do this again later. The next thing that happens to come up, because this is mastery, and so not getting frustrated when the work isn't completely done yet. Because I promise you this. I promise you this. If you keep seeking, you will find. When I went up to my cabin, I was not leaving until I got what I wanted out of it. I was going up, and it was for spiritual connection. I was going up there. I was leaving enlightened. And I was not going to leave until that happened. I was seeking. And I knew I would find it. I knew I would find it. Because I would have these bursts that would come through as I was reading the Christ letters. These moments of elation that would be like 15, 20 minutes long that would last. And I was in a completely different heightened state. And I understood, and I knew that it was real. And I knew that there was even more to it. And I knew that there was going to be more that was coming. But then what would happen? The environment I was in, I would start to doubt. And then it would go away. But those were enough to keep me in alignment and knowing I'm on the right path. I've experienced this. I know that it's the truth. I know it's just a matter of time. But I had things I had to work through. I hadn't completely forgiven everyone in my life. I hadn't completely let go of, all the things. There were maybe resentment or anger. I don't even remember what life was like back then. I don't even recall. But I know that I didn't look at everyone with eyes of love. I know that. Sure, I was kind to people. Sure, I was nice to people. That has nothing to do with it. This has to do with the internal thoughts going on in your head and the external. And when I went up and then had that experience of enlightenment and then came back, it was like I couldn't even contain the love that was within me. It was so profound. This is why it is extremely helpful to be alone. To be by yourself, depending on the environment that you are in. Because if other people are not in that same alignment, it will be very difficult because you are intermingling your energies. And so then you must take much, much time to devote to your spiritual practice, to meditate, to study, to read, to be in your own energy and communing with the divine. Putting yourself in that alignment. It's so important. And to get to that place in the first place, that's how you do it. Devoting your time. As much time as you give, that much time will be given to you. It's equal. When you're like, hey, I'm just going to sit here, I'm going to hang out with the divine, I'm going to study, I'm going to do these things. Let's say you do it for 2.5 hours a day. Well, what is happening during that time? The divine is giving you 2.5 hours pure attention to you. And if you were to, go to a successful relationship, it's equal, right? There's give and there's take, and it has to be equal or it's never going to work. This is the best thing about the divine. The divine's always giving, always sending, always there, and all you need to do is tune in, and it's immediate. And if this is not the case for you, if you're like, oh, I sit there and I meditate forever and ever and these things just don't come through, then all you need to do is cleanse your mind. And there's nothing wrong with you. You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing everything right. But look at your mind and examine where you can let go of. You rate everything on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, am I resonating, and do I have any anger within me? If you have any resonance of it within you, then you must heal it. Scale of 1 to 10 was despair at, or hopelessness. If there's any, you must heal it. And why? Because if there is some present, then you are believing in something that is not the divine love. You are believing maybe that you are hard done by. You're believing that somebody did you wrong. You're believing something. You're not seeing the whole picture. You're not seeing that it all works for love and that it's all for love. And in this way, you will not be able to connect and to fully experience and to feel what it is that Jesus felt. You won't be able to. Because his mind was completely cleansed. He goes out in the desert for 6 weeks. He's there. His own energy, by himself, no distractions, barely eating, probably not drinking much, I assume. Doesn't really mention it. But then he has this amazing experience, and he understands, oh, they've done all these things to themselves and they don't even know it. And he had such compassion for the poor people. And why were the poor people still poor? Well, because they grew up this way, and so they believed that they were heir to it. They didn't know how to get out of it. They didn't know. And he was like, oh, I want to go and I want to teach them. I want to show them that they just need to believe. They need to think different thoughts. They don't believe that they're loved, so they don't believe that the divine wants to provide for them in this way. Every area where people suffer is a lack of love, believing, well, I'm not lovable in that area. Well, I'm not lovable in that area. And if you just in general believe that you're not lovable, then every area will reflect that. But let's say you got some area of your life that's real good. You're like, okay, well, I guess I'm lovable there. I guess I'm doing something right there. What are the beliefs around it? Why? Why do you believe those things? What's the feeling that's there? How can you take that and pull that into the other areas of your life where they don't feel that way, and where you don't believe that way, and where you don't think that way? And you might say, well, I have proof, though, because these same things happen to me all the time. Well, the only proof that you have is the proof of the belief, the proof of the thought that you continue to think. That's what you have proof of. That's the only proof that you've got. Because I know people, and let's say that this particular thing, devastation or dramatic event, has happened to them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Never happened to me. Think, how is this possible? Because they feared it. Because they believed in it. Because they manifested it. Because they believe that they deserve it. They think that they're not good enough. I don't know. The list goes on. It's really endless. It could be a million different things. But it is all based on belief. And you are powerful. You don't even understand how powerful you actually are. Like, you are powerful. And that's the proof of it, that the things that you believe, they manifest in your life like that. Now you might say, well, I just took this up, a couple weeks ago. I'm just getting myself straight, and I'm believing this one particular thing real strong and real powerful, and it's just not happening for me. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. We don't pick little selective things and say, no, it's this thing, it's this thing, it's this thing. No, it is not this way. It is not this way. We must cleanse our mind of all the anger and the malice and the hate and the revenge and the sadness and the grief and the despair and the hopelessness and all the on and on and on and on, all the low vibrational things. And then when we are a clear channel, we are going to manifest, but we are going to manifest completely differently, because at that point you won't actually want anything. You won't want a thing, you won't want a person, you won't want a place, you won't want that, you won't want anything. What you will want is what the divine wants for you. What the divine sees is best, that's what you're going to want. So if you're still in a place of, oh, I want to manifest this particular thing, this particular job, this particular whatever, then you're not. Give it some time. And understand that you could be limiting yourself by that you could be preventing yourself from being able to step into your purpose because of that. Let's say that you want a particular person. Well, how do you know, first of all, that that is your particular person? And let's say that you want to manifest them, but that's not in their design, that's not in their plan. Well, what has then happened? Have you stopped them from doing something that they should be doing? Have you stopped yourself from doing something that you could have propelled forward had that not happened? Let's say you're like, oh, I really want this job. Well, how do you know that's what you're supposed to have. If you leave it up to the hands of the divine, then you will get the thing that is best, because you might say, oh, well, I want this and it pays this much an hour and I need to get it and I'm manifesting this job. Well, how do you know that something that's not going to pay 3 times that and really speaks and sings to your heart isn't going to be offered to you? But if you have that other job, then that will not come to you. You have then limited yourself, and the divine is limitless. But when we believe that there's limits on things, or that this is as good as it gets, then that becomes true for you. It's not the truth, but it becomes true for you. And it will manifest that way in your life. And then a few years will go by, and you will think, well, I guess I need to manifest this new job and this new person, because that wasn't the thing and that wasn't the thing. And then you will step in and you will think that you need to take control again. And then through doing that, you have then limited yourself again. Why would we do this? We were created by the most loving, wonderful, divine creator in the whole entire universe. And the only thing that the creator is love. So just look at your life, and where do you believe that that love is not present? Eradicate it. Get it gone. And I told you a little technique here earlier, but you can also just take this into meditation and contemplate, talk to the divine. Say, divine, okay, so I'm having an issue with this particular thing, but do not talk at the divine. Just go up there and say, hey, this is the thing. Tell me what to do. And then sit there. And then sit there. And then sit there some more. And wait. And expect that you will get an answer. Expect that clarity will come. And if you sit there for 15 minutes, you're like, nothing came, then do it tomorrow. And then do it the next day, and then do it again, and do it again, and do it again. And every time that you go in there, go in with the expectation that it is going to happen. But if you have the time, then go in there with the expectation and do not leave until you get the clarity that it is that you need, the solution. Hey, I believe in this particular thing, and I know that it's damaging me, and I know that it's not good for me. Give me relief. I believe in you, and I know that you can do absolutely anything, because all you are is love, and all I want to do is believe in the love. And then just wait. I don't know. Is it going to take 5 minutes? Is it going to take 15, 2 days, 3 weeks? I couldn't tell you, because you're you. You're not me. So even if you went off my experience, that's not going to be your experience, because you're you. And that's what makes you so uniquely wonderful and beautiful. So that when something amazing and miraculous happens for you, you can go and you can share it, and you can tell people, did you know that you create your own reality, and that this misery that you're suffering in your life, that you're suffering through, is not necessary? You do not need to suffer right now. You do not need to plant more seeds of the misery that you've already planted in the past. You've done enough of that. And it's time to plant beautiful seeds. It's time to plant seeds of heaven, of real true love. That's what it's time to plant. And that time is right now, because it's the only time that actually exists. So this is what I have for you guys here today. This is the Real Healing Institute. My name is Michelle Sinclair. I do have another channel with my friend Alora. This is the work that we're doing now. It's called the Cosmic Christ Force. We are based on the Christ Letters teachings. We hold circles, regular spiritual circles that you can join in through Zoom. The link will be down below. You can just pop on there. We would love to have you. And you can follow our channel, Cosmic Christ Force. Love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care.